Okay guys, now we're going to take a look at the interior of the 2021 5 Series. So I have my key right here, of course, with a nice M-Go badge right there. And I can keep it in my pocket actually, so we don't really have to use it. Also, if you have an iPhone now, you can actually just use your phone as a key with Apple's new CarKey system. So let's say you have your iPhone right here, pretend this is an iPhone, you would just tap it to the door and it would unlock, which is a really cool feature. But right now I do have my key in the pocket. Of course, we do have a comfort access feature, so we don't really need to use it. Just put your hand behind and the door will unlock. And we are on the interior. Now, BMW hasn't changed that much stuff for the interior for 2021. We'll get to that in a little bit, but right now we'll just look at the door panels. Now, BMW does a really good job in interiors in the first place, so we're nothing really surprised right there. This one does have the black Dakota Leather interior. You can also get Napa leather and also a Sensatec vegan option as well. This one has this really nice aluminum trim going along the door panels with this more of a lighter wood. It is glossy finish. You can get a whole bunch of different options for the trim on the inside. Other than that, there's really not much to see on the door panels. Really nice stuff in general. We do have these really nice Dakota leather seats, as I said. Of course, they're in black, really comfortable, really nice bolstering going on. I love what BMW did with the stitching. It has this really cool like multi-stitched effect. And on the bottom, they actually have a little bit of like this white piping going on, which is really cool actually, and it gives the seats a little bit of a flair. Of course, there's loads of different options. You get like ivory color, a cognac color, and a whole bunch of other stuff if you don't want black. Also with these seats, you do get a lot of different functions to control. Of course, you have your usual back, forward, up, and down, but you do have some adjustable air bladders on the sides for some side bolsters. Of course, you do have lumbar support as well, which is a really nice, helpful feature. You can just control with the button on the side of the seats right there on the lower. I really like the adjustable side lumbar support. Actually, it inflates a little bit. You can hear the airbags going in and out, and it does grip you a little bit, which is, I think it's a nice feature. It feels more planted in the car. So yeah. Let's continue with the rest of the interior. So now we're gonna step inside. I'll just put my foot right over this beautiful M-badged BMW sill right here. And of course in aluminum. Step inside. Close the door, a nice solid thunk. Really nice in here. So we are on the interior of the updated 5 Series. So if I put my foot on the brake right here and press the engine start button, it should turn right on. Awesome. Of course, now we are inside the 2021 5 Series. So what did BMW change? Well, outright, the main new things are these two new screens right here. This is a 12.3 inch digital cluster. It's bigger than, I think it was a 10.5 inch system beforehand. This is their live cockpit professional system. And I believe it is standard now actually, which is really nice. Of course, we're on the M Sport package. So we do have a little M badge right there. And if I do put it into sport mode right here, you get a little M badge right next to the speedometer too. So I don't know if it's me, but I think it's trying to entice you to speed a little bit. With that 335 horsepower, that won't really be a problem. Now, this screen is actually iDrive 7, so this is their upgraded system. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. Now to the rest of the interior, it has pretty much the same treatment as the door panels. Of course, we have this really nice aluminum finish going across, and of course, this nice wood trim. As you can see though, it is really reflective with the sun going on. There's a lot of reflections because it's all really glossy materials, and it could blind you a little bit. This entire panel right here is aluminum, so it might blind you a little bit, as you can see it's doing with the camera right now. Here's a better angle of that. You can actually now get Sensatec on the dashboard up here. This one's the regular injection molded plastic. It doesn't feel bad, it's very soft touch, but of course you can get the Sensatec material, so it's kind of like that faux leather material. It has some nice stitching going on the dashboard if people would like. The rest of the interior is pretty much the same as the pre-facelifted model. Coming down to the center console, you have your iDrive controls as usual. Of course, you do have the fingerprinting thing going on there if you want to like draw for navigations and search results. On the center console, we have your typical BMW shifter going on here. Nothing that new. It is wrapped in, I think this is leather on the back, so it does make it feel really nice. We do have some gloss black going on, of course, more of that nice aluminum and wood trim. Open this panel up right here. We have a wireless charging pad right here, which is really nice. And this is good because you do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is a nice feature to have. So you can just drop your phone here and you can use your Apple CarPlay and all that stuff when it works. Of course, we have an extra USB port right there, 2 cup holders, and your 12-volt socket. Of course, we close that up. And coming onto the centerpiece, we have these nice folding doors. Not that deep of a center console, nothing too different. It is nice and lined with felts, and this has a little light right there. Other than that, we do have a USB-C charging point right there. Kind of weird how they don't have a regular USB, but they do have one up there, and they give you one here. I don't know. They're kind of trying to move into the future, but in the weird places. But at least we can see they are progressing with that stuff. Coming over to the steering wheel. Now this is the M Sport steering wheel option, as we do have the M Sport package. I love this steering wheel. It's really thick with the leather, has a nice soft, yet also like grippy feeling at the same time. This one, of course, is heated with your heated steering wheel button right there. And of course the M badge and this nice aluminum trim going around it as well. I just love this steering wheel. And of course we do have the paddle fit shifters right here, as you can see. Really interesting, they only put like the aluminum metal on the front, and the backs are plastic. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's this nice soft touch plastic, so it's not cheap, but you know, it'd be nice if the whole things were metal. I know a lot of people are doing that now. But yeah, other than that, there's not that much that's different on this interior. We can go over to the cockpit though. So they did, of course, make this bigger. It's now 12.3 inches. So definitely starting to rival some of the other systems in the class from Audi and Mercedes, but it's not that good. It looks cool sometimes, but you can't really customize it at all. The only ways to really change anything is if you change your drive mode. So you have Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Of course, in the Sport setting, you can go from Standard, Sport Plus, and you can go to your individual settings and configure that stuff right here. You can change things like the steering, the engine, the transmission, to whatever you want, so you don't have to have it in these set settings. And of course, Eco Pro stuff is also available if you want to drive a bit more economy style. Of course, this does have the 48-volt system, so you are going to get a little bit of regen actually from the brakes, and yeah, it'll help improve the fuel economy, not by much though. And then Comfort's your everyday style, but I prefer to stay in Sport all the time because I like to be a little bit more sporty. But yeah, the customization here is down to the minimum. Like this is it. Like it changes with the drive modes. This button now actually controls your heads-up display. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. I don't think the camera's gonna focus on it. Oh, there you go. If I press the button, you can get like options to change the radio stations. Other than that, it's not much up there. So it's nice that you have a digital gauge. I just wish it would have more customization like Audi and Mercedes offer. Other than that, the iDrive 7 system, now let's get to that. So this is a massive 12.3-inch display now. It matches the virtual cockpit that they both upgraded as well. And you know, it's your typical iDrive. Not much has changed. There are a lot more connectivity features, some improved navigation stuff with 3D. And this one doesn't have the full safety suite, but if you press this button right here, it'll go to your safety systems. Now this one does have things like, if you go into configure, you can see forward collision mitigation, lane departure, active blind spot, but you can also get things like the adaptive cruise control with traffic stop start up to level 2 autonomous systems and stuff. So if you want that, you can get it as a package, I believe. Otherwise, it's your typical iDrive stuff. I do like how when you go into the vehicle settings and everything, you do show like the 5 Series right there. So it kind of shows like your car, which is really cool. And you know, just take your stuff through all these things. Typical iDrive stuff. It does have gesture control, as you can see. It keeps notifying me, so if I do this, you can turn up the radio station or something. I know there's a whole bunch of other gesture controls, like flip screens and answer calls. You can wave your hand to answer and hang up a call. It's all gimmicky stuff, but you know, people do like it. Another cool thing I do like with BMWs is this entire panel is touch active. So as you can see, as I swing my finger across, it scrolls through all your assigned radio stations and stuff, which I think is really cool. And I do like how BMW does separate their climate controls down here from the infotainment system. I don't like how a lot of manufacturers just shove all their climate control stuff into the infotainment system, and then you can't, you know, you have to go into it. Sometimes it doesn't load up to that long, but this one works really well. And I do like everything's really quick. So as you can see, as I scroll through these screens, super responsive. It's like as it's happening in real time. So I do like how good the system does work, and it's very simple to use. It's not very difficult actually. You swipe down from the top, you have like a little widgets and stuff. You can even turn the screen off if you don't want to see it, which is nice. As you can see, I did right there. I think to tap it, you just press your drive. Yeah, you just press the controller back there to turn it back on. With the navigation stuff, you go to navigation. As you can see, yeah, usual BMW navigation stuff. If you want to search, you can scroll here with your finger. You can right which I'm not really good at. I'm not a fan of that one, actually. I prefer to just use a voice activated controls, so we'll just do this. Let's see. Navigate to the nearest Dunkin' Donuts.
I have found several destinations.
This one. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this so I can show you guys some of the stuff going on in the heads-up display. It does give you that turn-by-turn arrows right there. As you can see, it's really cool with the distance marker. And it does show, of course, your navigation screen in the center display with your speed limit stuff, your route, and everything. So it's a nice integration of it. I'm definitely not going to lie about that, but it could be better. Of course, you do have distance control for the screen. So in a little bit, all these things will like turn away. And as soon as you bring your hand over to the screen, it'll like all appear again. So watch as I bring my hand close, it all appears again. So it knows how far my hand is coming to the screen, which is really cool as well. We're just gonna end this so it doesn't bother us the whole time. Yeah, really, oops, sorry guys, but that's really cool. They have kind of done a little bit of like a frameless mirror design over here, which is really nice. I wish it would be completely frameless like on some models, but it's good enough. And up here we have your usual BMW lights right here for the interior passenger lights, and we do have a moonroof right here. So to open that, we just press this button back and we can open that up. I'm gonna keep it closed right now because it's hot today and you guys can't really see if I have that open. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done for the up front. Nothing that much other else to see. I think we're gonna go take a look at the back seat room, headroom, and legroom, and I'll show you guys a bit of that stuff now. Okay guys, now we're gonna take a look at the rear seats. We're gonna open the door right here. This also actually has the touch sensitive buttons behind it, so if you want to unlock just the rear door, it will also work with that if you have your key in the pocket. Open up this rear door, you have a nice big entry space going on right here. Of course, on the sides, of course, we have the nice same touches as the front. So we have this nice stitched leather going on here. I think this is a soft touch material up top. Again, the wood, the ambient lighting bar you can see across right there, and this nice aluminum trim. So stepping in, we're inside right now. Let's close the door. Awesome. So now we're inside, and it's a little bit dark right now because we have this window sticker here. But legroom wise, it's still really good. So underneath we do have a little footwell cut out for your feet. I think I have a pretty decent amount of room right here. Massive amount of legroom for this. You can see I have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 inches of legroom right here. See my fingers. You do have a little parcel shelf up here to put some stuff in. It is wrapped in this nice like sensatec style material. Also one on the passenger seat as well. And we do have heated seats back here. 3-stage heated seats on both sides. You do have 2 USB-C ports right here, so I hope you have a USB-C charger. A little cubby hole. It's actually pretty deep. And of course a traditional 12-volt outlet right there. And of course your little air vent system. The seats are pretty comfortable. The backs are a little bit upright. I can't really show you this I'm sitting, but they're really like straight up. There is a nice curve going on into it, so it does like feel nice to the contours of your back, but it does feel a little bit strange, I'm not gonna lie. You do get the same like nice materials back here too, with this nice stitching in the center, the piping and everything, but it is more of like a bench style seat back here. So just if you don't like that, just keep that in mind. Of course, in the center console, if we turn around, of course it's stitched in leather. And we do have a cup holders right here. I'm pretty sure. Press the button. Yeah, cup holders. Put that away. And you can fold the seats down for the back pass through as well. Put that up. Headroom wise, I think we can turn this around. Yeah, headroom wise, I'm doing pretty good with headroom. Now there are a bit some cutout stuff because we do have the sunroof going on. Headroom wise, I have about, put my head back, about 1.5 inches or 1 inch of headroom, which is not really that bad. I was in the 2 Series Grand Coupe earlier, and that has some awful headroom, but that was a really small car. Back here, usual stuff. I don't think this one has a sunshade. It definitely doesn't have the sunshade on the side, and it doesn't have one back there. I feel like that's on the higher trim models, if you want that as an option as well. But other than that, it's a really nice place to be back here. You do have some ambient lighting in the center if you want to turn that on. I don't really need that all the time, but it's nice to see that as a feature. And, you know, grab handles, usual stuff. Again, BMW's build quality is great. Everything feels premium. The metals, the woods, the leathers, materials, all the carpeting, everything's really solid as usual. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the interior. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this review of the 2021 5 Series right here. Again, this is the 540i xDrive model, and we are over at BMW Ridgefield in Ridgefield, Connecticut. If you guys are looking to buy a new BMW or have any interest in any of the new BMW products, definitely go give them a check out on their website, or if you live in the area, come check them out in person. Now, we did check this one out, and we also compared it to the last pre-facelifted 540i xDrive as well. So make sure to check that video out as well. And also make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm at Allcarnews. You can find us everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us, and stay tuned for more.